So next speaker, may I invite Dr. Irina to present on Soil Data Center and MSU in Russia, please.
My dear friends, today we started the work of the third final seminar within the project development of expert system based on large-scale soil-geographic databases. In my presentation, I would like to highlight some of new opportunities for our future cooperation. This project work was being developed in accordance with the ASEAN-Russia Agricultural and Food Security Cooperation Work Program, Action Program to promote capacity building and technology transfer through conducting workshops, seminars, and conferences in the area of mutual interest. At the first workshop in Moscow, we introduced our colleagues with the original methodology of informational system of soil-geographic database of Russia, which includes software and infrastructure organization, interoperability and soil information interchange, usage consistent harmonized soil data for creation of expert systems for analyzing, evaluating, and predicting the nature and extent of human impact and so on. As best practice, reports of regional experts were also presented. At the workshop in Bangkok, colleagues from Thailand introduced us to their experience. We listened their presentation on topics such as digital soil mapping, precision agriculture, LDD application, fertilizing application, AgriMap online, geostatistic for group production, standardization and harmonization of soil analysis, results for agricultural development, soil and land use planning in large-scale mapping, soil information system of Thailand. Most of these reports are already available on the information system of soil-geographic database of Russia website. At the end of the third seminar, this website will be supplemented with new videos. As you know, global trend in modern soil sciences is the application of information technologies for data processing and soil inventory, the introduction of results into practice. Recently, digital inventory of soil and land data is extremely relevant throughout the world. This process the implementation of information technology are accelerating. The strategy for the development of the information society of the Russian Federation for 2017 to 2030 is approved in Russia. In November 2018, the Ministry of Agriculture of Russia presented the project Digital Agriculture. On the World Soil Day, the 5th of December 2018, the Kingdom of Thailand launched the Center of Excellence for Soil Research in Asia, CESRA. We were honored to attend in the ceremony. We listened to the keynote speech on role of CESRA for sustainable soil management by Deputy Minister of Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, as well as presentation of CESRA soil database and presentation of CESRA soil research priority teams and topics. Today, the speech of the development of working group of Myanmar Geographic Soil Information System was presented by Dr. Win. Further in the program of the third seminar is information on the second Soil Atlas of Asia editorial board meeting and about history of Myanmar soil map. These topics are especially close and interesting to me since I happen to take part in the creation of a number of maps and atlases in our country. And now I would like to present to you attention to such works to share the experience of creating small scaling soil and other thematic maps in Russia. The Faculty of Soil Science of Lomonosov Moscow State University initiated and coordinated the creation of the first national soil atlas of the Russian Federation. Atlas was published in 2011. More than 80 specialists in soil science and neighborhood sciences from 18 institutes participate in this work. The atlas consists of 9 chapters, consists of about 300 soil and various thematic maps and schematic maps, reference data, explanatory text supported by illustration and photos. Chapter 1, History of Soil Mapping in Russia, contains sketch of the history of soil science and soil cartography with illustration and 19 maps produced. Chapter 2 includes articles about the main soil forming factors, their role in soil formation and soil cover, and maps and explanatory notes. Chapter 3 contains soil map of Russia, characteristics of condition of formation, distribution, various properties, economic use of the soil. Properties and features of the formation of the main soil horizons are described in Chapter 4. There are maps of soil horizon in it. Chapter 5, soil cover. It includes maps and explanatory notes. Chapter 6, soil function, consists of an article of ecosystem and global biospheric functions of soils, their significance and use, and maps and explanatory notes. Chapter 7 is devoted to anthropogenic changes of soil and the soil cover. Chapter 8, land use, contains 2 parts. One of them is about land use in the whole country, and the second part includes maps of federal districts and all regions of Russian Federation, as well as land use state statistics of all regions. The last ninth chapter is devoted to soil protection. Those national soil atlas of Russian Federation is fundamental and at the same time popular scientific and information publication, first created and published in Russia. Atlas is addressed both to researchers, teachers, students, school children and economists, politicians, and managers of various ranks. The second area of work related to the inventory of soil and land information is soil ecological zoning. Soil geographical or ecological zoning is one of the important directions in soil geography. Along with its theoretical significance, this direction is a great practical meaning to sustainable use of land resources. In 2013, the map of soil ecological zoning of Russian Federation on scale 1 to 2.5 million was published. In 2019, on scale 1 to 8 million. Maps of soil ecological zoning of the Russian Federation shows soil cover structure at different levels of its organization: belt, area, zone, province, regional, district, in close relation to factors of soil formation. They contain such characteristics of soil region and district as lithological and geomorphological parameters, composition of soil cover, bonity of soil cover, lens structure. Rational use and protection of soil cover are based on the map soil ecological zoning. Types of major economic use of the territory and agro-reclamation management methods are closely related to soil ecological zone units. Both maps of soil ecological zoning and maps of National Soil Atlas of the Russian Federation are created in GIST programs and are widely used in various scientific studies. I would also like to note that we have an electronic version of the Soil Atlas and widely use it in teaching students. In this slide, we can see the materials from which the soil geographic database was formed. For the time being, the soil geographic database includes the following digital data: soil and other maps for the whole country, scales 1 to 2.5 million and smaller, database of the typical soil profiles, about 1,000, soil maps for some region. You can see their scales and area which these maps cover, about 20 million ga and about 4 million ga. Agricultural parcels, fields with borders and history of chemical observation for 10 to 40 years. Average scale 1 to 5,000. About 10 million or 2,000 fields. Database the database of mixed agrichemical samples for some region, about 1,000 points, and plus an input about 2,000 samples every year. And the update information about development of the information system of the soil-geographic database of Russia, as well as new practical application of information system of soil-geographic database of Russia will present by Oleg Glazukov. Thank you.